ESPN, they finally do it. They remove Vasily Lomachenko from the top 10 pound for pound list. That's what I want to talk about right now in this video. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. You guys see, I got the ESPN top 10 list. They just updated it like they normally do, and I want to go through it. There's a familiar name that has definitely been on the pound for pound list for a while, at least their pound for pound list, and he's now off it. And again, I spoiler alert said it was Lomachenko. So in at number 1, they got Terrence Crawford. Now, this may be unpopular opinion. I know Terrence Crawford is a brilliant fighter, but he hasn't fought at all this year, and it's getting hard to hold his space as number 1. Not saying he's not talented, he's not dope, but just given the fact that Errol Spence just fought in April this year against a champion coming off of a career best win, and that was Yordenis Ugas, who had just beaten Manny I want to sub to my promoter, Manny Pacquiao, right? And then after that, Errol Spence unified with Ugas. So I don't even understand how they have Errol Spence at number 3 and then Terrence Crawford at number 1, and his next fight is David Avanesian. So it's already looking a little bit shaky, but we'll keep going. So Terrence Crawford is number 1. He's skilled, so whatever. Number 2 is Neo Anui, ahead of Errol Spence, and Errol Spence got 3 belts, and he's fought great quality, you know, the best welterweights outside of Bud Crawford for the most part. Number 3 is Errol Spence. 4 is Alexander Usyk. 5 is Canelo Alvarez. But if you look at the 5 and 7, they got Canelo payday. You want payday? I know that. They got Canelo number 5, and then the guy that beat him, Dimitri Bivol, and made it look easy at number 7. So this list is already pretty horrible. In between that, number 6 was Tyson Fury, and he's fighting Derek Chisora, whatever. 7 is Bivol. 8, Devin Haney finally enters the list. Number 9 is Artur Beterbiev. Number 10 is Shakur Stevenson. So no love for Jermell Charlo. Some of the placements look a bit sketch, but the person that they've had on the list that dropped off is Lomachenko. Now, I know a lot of people sent me this particular updated pound for pound list, and they were happy. Like, they felt Lomachenko shouldn't have been on the list at the point in 2022 with Devin Haney, who's undisputed in that same weight class, having all the belts, going to Australia, beating a man in George Kambosos in 2 different ways, 2 different style performances and things like that. They didn't think that it made sense for Lomachenko to be there. So a lot of people sent me this new updated list, and they were happy that Lomachenko had finally been removed, because again, they questioned if he should have ever been in the top 10 recently. But me, I didn't feel the same way, because when I seen this, I immediately thought of politics as usual and how they set Devin Haney up yet again. I don't know what it is about ESPN, but it seems like they keep setting Devin Haney up. What do I mean? So he fought George Kambosos. The first fight, he beat Kambosos very easily from where I was sitting and watching the fight. Kambosos really had no answers, yada, yada, yada. This comes back in the second fight. They're showing on-screen graphics about how many times Devin Haney is clinching or holding or whatever the case was, and they followed up with this throughout. Never in the history of boxing, ESPN, HBO, Showtime, Fox, have I recalled a time where they kept showing how many times someone was clinching, not just mention the clinching in a particular fight, like mentioned it, but actually had a lower third where they show how many times a particular fighter clinched, like, and kept updating throughout the telecast. So that looked really bad. You know, we've seen in the past ESPN show insane levels of bias towards Vasiliy Lomachenko. They scrubbed away his losses and posted lower thirds that said that Lomachenko was undefeated, which he lost his second pro fight, and this was many moons and many years after. So we know that wasn't the case. So it just looks like some real favoritism. Now, when it comes to Devin Haney being on the list, which is I like, and Lomachenko being off the list, this is why I don't like that, because to me, I look at it as a setup. Devin Haney wasn't on the list. Lomachenko kept being on the list and people were complaining. You did nothing about it for all those updated lists that you kept coming out with, ESPN, and kept Lomachenko on the list, kept Lomachenko on the list. Now we get word that Lomachenko and Devin Haney may face each other. Lomachenko fights JAMAINE ORTIZ. I thought he lost the fight, but let old media tell it Lomachenko won the fight and things like that. So why is he being dropped off the list right before Devin Haney's about to fight him? So to me, like I said, in the words of Jay-Z, is politics as usual. I mean, that looks like politics. Now there's a built-in excuse for Devin Haney when he beats Lomachenko, which is what I would pick at this point in time. They're going to say Lomachenko was too old and Devin waited too long. Lomachenko had been faded and Lomachenko was no longer on the pound for pound list. I mean, I've been in the game for years. It made me an animal, and I've seen this play before. Different fighters saying, you know, it's like different actors, same movie script. I've seen this movie before. And you kept Lomachenko on the pound for pound list and people questioned it for all this time. But conveniently, right when Sir Devin Haney is about to fight Lomachenko, now all of a sudden he's out of the top 10 and is kaput. I mean, that's a setup. That's a setup. And it's a built-in excuse because people seen that Lomachenko did not look good versus JAMAINE ORTIZ. And you could argue that he lost the fight or it was a draw, it was close, whatever. But he didn't look sensational. I think that goes without saying. And when Devin Haney hopped in the ring, Lomachenko's like, this guy, he's a lightweight. This guy's heavyweight, right? And that was a weird statement for Lomachenko to say this guy is a heavyweight. I mean, it makes you look shook. You supposed to be the Matrix and stuff. Your face is tattered up after all your fights. So just off of that, I don't see how you were the Matrix, because your face ain't no Matrix. And Neo, when he was, whoa, I know Kung Fu. You know, when Neo was fighting, he wasn't getting touched up like that. But whatever. Nonetheless, Devin Haney is a model citizen, yet you have old media hating on him, changing the rankings when Devin's about to fight him. Paulie Malignaggi keeps trash talking Devin Haney. I mean, this is absurd. This is absurd. Devin Haney is doing, look at this picture. He's doing what you said as fans you guys want, and then Devin Haney has to struggle to get the recognition. When he didn't have an official belt from the traditional way, they called him an email champ. They said he got his belt in the mail. They said he's the Gmail champ. Then he goes to Australia, does this. Now they say George Kambosos was a paper champion and he wasn't nobody and he was easy to beat. But Lomachenko was about to fight the same guy before the war with Russia and Ukraine broke out. The invasion broke out. So now that Devin Haney is conquering so much, the youngest undisputed champion in boxing history, the youngest to do it with all the straps, and then now people taking Lomachenko off the pound for pound list, second guessing the Lomachenko fight, saying Devin Haney's a heavyweight and needs to move up. You know, it's all too convenient. And I've always learned in life, if something seems too much of a coincidence, it usually is. You know, there ain't that many. I have a saying is, there's not that many coincidences in the world. Like if you suspect your girl was cheating on you and then she comes home late for work, you know, she's acting real secretive when you went by her phone. All these little coincidences, there's probably a reason for that. You see what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. They've been doing everything to protect Lomachenko, to lie and say he was undefeated on the screen graphics, putting him on every pound for pound list. And then conveniently, the whole Bob Arum has talked about it. Loma's team has talked about it. Devin's team, Bill Haney, they've talked about Devin fighting against Lomachenko. And now it looks like it's closer than it's ever been, because Devin's been calling him out since age 20. He's about 23, 24 now. Now all of a sudden, Lomachenko, he flies off the top 10 because, again, people are getting cold feet. They see how Lomachenko looked against his sparring partner, JAMAINE ORTIZ, how it could be argued that he didn't bite him or that he didn't beat him. And then at the end of the day, they want to find a way to kind of write off the Lomachenko if he loses to Devin Haney, which again, I would predict that to be the case. So it's just funny to me. But a lot of people, they sent me that graphic from ESPN. I mean, at this point, I don't even take ESPN pound for pound ranking serious. I don't take old media serious. They lie. George Kambosos, he was the flavor of the month when he beat Teofimo. And he had, oh yeah, he's Greek. And, you know, he had all these Greek fans and things like that. As soon as Devin Haney washes him 2 times, then now all of a sudden, you know, he just wasn't that dude and he's not that good. And Devin's resume is still lacking. So you see, for certain fighters, especially black fighters, black American fighters, you're damned if you don't and you're damned if you do. Devin Haney didn't fight a name. They said you need to fight a name. He fought Lenatus and Jojo Diaz, ranked name guys, former champions, right? That wasn't good enough. They still called him the Gmail champ. He goes to Australia and punishes and beats George Kambosos in his backyard twice, gave Kambosos all the 40,000, 50,000 in the first fight, probably 20, 30,000 in the second fight, all the advantages. And George Kambosos couldn't do nothing with him. And he even had to say that Devin Haney is the truth and he's a pound for pound guy and he just couldn't beat him. So, you know, I respect the honesty from Kambosos. But, you know, as far as Lomachenko, it just looks horrible. It looks horrible that they want to finally take him off the... People have been questioning how he's been on so long. You're not putting on Devin Haney. You didn't put on Shakur. You didn't want to put on Jermell Charlo. He's still not on the list. And then right when the negotiations for Devin and Lomachenko are in effect, now he's conveniently off the top 10. It's just all too predictable. Subscribe to the channel. I'm the best in the business. And I'm out. A lot of people ask me what I use to create content. Things like YouTube thumbnails that generate thousands of views. For the first time ever, the cat is out of the bag. I use Canva Pro. But Canva Pro is so much more than a YouTube thumbnail maker. Use Canva Pro to curate content for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Instagram Stories, and a whole lot more. Flyers, flowcharts, you name it, with Canva Pro. Click the affiliate link in the description to get Canva Pro. Many features, elements available to you. Take your brand to the next level. Invest in yourself. It takes money to make money. So sign up for Canva Pro today. Happy creations. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.